Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Eric, your ranting co-host of Clutch Crew Sports here, coming at you with another daily fantasy video. This one's going to be a little bit different. If you're looking at the screen already, you can tell the layout's different. I'm actually going over to PrizePicks for this episode. I'm going to do some prop bets instead. I've already done a captain showdown on DraftKings for one of the finals games. I didn't want to do another one since I figured it was just going to be the same players. So I thought I'd switch it up, do something a little bit different. I've gotten over on Prize Picks recently, so Zach, Connor, and I have had a lot of fun playing on here, and so I thought I would switch it up, do something a little bit different. So, as always, guys, I'm going to talk about my merch today. So for this episode, I have a gray Jaguars hat here, as you can see. And this is yet another piece of merchandise that Susan got me, so she loves me if you can't tell. I'm very lucky. And then my shirt is going to be a Jaguar shirt. You can see that this is older. It's got the gold on the back of the helmet that the Jaguars used to have. But this was the first Jag shirt I bought after they switched their logo back in 2013. So a little bit of old. And then this hat that Susan got me, she just got me for last Christmas. So a little bit of new. But I really like the hat too. Just with it being gray, I can wear it with anything. So there's my merch for the episode. And before we start making the picks, I'm going to roll the intro. So here we go. Yeah. All right, guys. So now that we got the intro out of the way, I'm going to get into my picks here. Just real quick, I'm going to have this in the description below, but I have a little referral link here if you're interested in playing on Prize Picks. I'll have this down in the description below. You'll get $25 instantly in promo money you can use, and they'll also match your first deposit up to $100. They'll match you dollar for dollar, which is pretty cool. Shout out to my friend Adam from my job. He's the one that got me to first sign up, so I've been having a lot of fun with it. And he actually has given me a couple of his picks as well that I'll share with you. And also, what I'll do here real quick is I did do one of these for game 2, and I'll just reveal how I did on that. So I had Derek White over 9.5 points, and he got 12 points. And I almost didn't get this one because Derek had 8 points at halftime, but he kind of struggled when he first came into the game in the second half, and then the Warriors were blowing him out, and I was worried the Celtics were going to take him out, but thankfully he stayed in just long enough to get 12 and hit the over on that. And then Steph Curry, he was initially at over 28.5, and Prize Picks gave a deal where probably less than an hour before tip off where they lowered it to 22.5. I was already considering taking it at 28.5, but once the 22.5 line came in, I was like, well, obviously I'm taking that. So that ended up being a pretty easy dub there. So I thought Derek White's over projection was pretty low. He had 20 points, I think, in game 1. So I felt that was a pretty easy pick. And then, of course, the discount on the Steph was easy. So Prize Picks does do that sometimes where they'll lower things. For the Rangers and Lightning game going on right now, I'm already going to lose because I picked that there would be no goals allowed in the first 10 minutes, and there was one. So I'm going to lose, but even with New York's goalie Igor Shesterkin, they lowered his goals from 33.5 to 27.5. So whenever you see a deal like that, you definitely want to pounce on it. Now, I'm recording this the night before Game 3, so as of right now, there's no discounts or anything yet for any of the players or anything, but trust me, if I see something come out an hour before tip-off, I'll definitely pounce on it. You should too if you see it, but as of for right now, with what is currently available, I guess one other thing I'll do real quick, since this is my first Prize Picks video, I don't see, because this area is where your picks are. I'm not going to actually necessarily pick any of these, but you can go up to 5 players, and then so let me just make my picks here. You put in how much money that you want to enter, and then you also can choose your type of payout. So With 5, I guess you only have the one choice. Let me take one of these out. So here with 4 picks, you can do a flex play, which is safer. You don't win as much, but you can get one wrong. Or if you do the power play, you have to get all 4 right, but you get way more money if you win. You can see how much this jumped up down here. But what I like to do, what Zach, Connor, and I have kind of figured out really is like the best value where you have an easier chance to win, but also still make a good amount of money at the same time, is only picking 2 players. So say if I pick Curry and Tatum here, if you were to get both of these right, you win 3 times your money. So that's a pretty good deal, because most of the time to make a profit on money, you have to win a majority of the time. But with this, you just have to win. You can win every other time, 50% of the time, and you're still making money overall. Whereas normally, if you're winning 50% of the time, you're just breaking even. So we like this the best, because even with like the 3, you can do a flex, but if you do the flex play and hit all 3, you only win $45. So it's like, why not just do 2 and you can get 60 for hitting 2 right? So that's been my strategy going into this. But now that I have that out of the way, so I'm going to give you the 2 picks that I'm the most confident on, and this is the lineup, or these are the 2 picks that I'm going to be going with. So as you can see up here, they've got a lot of different options for categories that you can go with. I've been looking at these. So the first one I'm going to go with is a fantasy score total, and I'm going to go farther down here. I'm going to take Kevon Looney to get over 22 fantasy points. With PrizePicks, you get 3 points for any time a player gets a block or a steal. And Kevon Looney has been getting blocks and steals in both of these games. I think in one of the games he had like 3 or 4 blocks. So that already gets you a lot of the total you would need right there. I don't know if I expect him to get that many, but even if he just gets like 1 block and 1 steal, that's already 6 points. He doesn't score a ton of points, but he also gets a lot of rebounds. And actually for a big guy too, he also gets a decent amount of assists. And if you look at the board here, you can see in terms of the 22 points that he's hit over that in 4 of the last 5 games he's played in, including games 1 and 2 of the NBA Finals. And really in game 2, he got pulled early with all the other Warrior starters because they were blowing him out in the fourth quarter. So he didn't even play the whole fourth quarter and still hit over on that. So in the last 3 games, he's had 29, 35, and 37. So I feel pretty comfortable taking this. And then the next one I'm going to do is a little bit different. It's not going to involve the whole game, so this will be make or break for me. If this doesn't happen, then it won't matter what Kevon Looney does. But I'm going to go with 3-pointers made in the first 6 minutes. And I'm going to take Boston, and I'm going to take them over as well. In the first 2 games, they hit 4 3-pointers in the first 6 minutes and 3 3-pointers in the first 6 minutes. So not only have they gotten over the 1.5, they've gotten comfortably over that. Unfortunately, I can't pull this up right here. For some reason, with these deals with stuff that happens in the first 6 minutes, PrizePicks doesn't calculate that, so I can't show like a recent history. But I looked it up, and like I said, they've hit, in one of the games they hit 3, and the other game they hit 4. So they've hit comfortably over this. This is going to be their first game at home this series. So I feel like they're going to come out firing, and they're going to be looking for threes. And a lot of their starters are pretty good 3-point shooters. I would consider taking Golden State as well, just because with how dangerous Steph Curry is from 3. Like, they've also hit over 2, but I just don't like it with it not being a half number there. Really, if you pick this, they would have to get 3. I feel like that's a little bit riskier, and I definitely wouldn't take the under on this. There's no way they're only going to get 1, but I feel like it's highly possible they hit exactly 2, and then it's a push and you don't win. Whereas this one, with it being 1.5 for Boston, they just have to hit 2 and you get it. So now, like I said, this one is a bit of a risk, just because if 6 minutes passes and Boston only hits 1 3, or if they don't make a 3 at all, then I've already lost. But I feel pretty confident with this. Like they said, they've been over this, both games in this series, so I feel pretty good about this. So I'm going to take the over on both of these, and I'll do $20. First I was like, why can't I put my money? So I will do $20 for that. I will lock my entry in. As you see it, I am submitting this. I am confident. And then I'll also show you my friend Adam's picks. Let me just make sure I've got the right things that he said he wanted. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Okay, yeah. So he's doing two different points totals, and he's actually going under on two picks. So he's got Jaylen Brown and Klay Thompson both going on the under. And I'm not confident enough to pick those, but at the same time, like Jaylen Brown in his last 5 games, and the 3 games that he hit the 23.5, I mean, he barely did. He got 24 in 2 of them and 25 in 1, but then he's also been on the under. And last game, he was really hot in the first quarter. It looked like he was going to go way over that, but then he cooled down. So I could definitely see this being an under or like close. Like that's just why I'm not fully confident with him being so close to it all the time. But I can definitely see him hitting on that. And Klay Thompson, if he doesn't turn it around, then I could definitely see that one too. He hasn't gotten 18.5. He has not hit the over on that in either of the first 2 games in the series, and those were games at home. Now he's going to go on the road in a more hostile environment, so I could definitely see that. Now, if he has a game like the last game against Dallas or the last game against Memphis where he just he has those games where he just goes off and you never know, but even still, like in his last 5 games, like the other game that he hit, he barely hit it with 19, half a point over. And then this game here, he against Dallas, he didn't hit it. So those are definitely solid picks in my opinion. I can see Adam getting those right potentially. So obviously, hopefully, I get mine right. They disappeared since I submitted my entry. But like I said, I've got Kevon Looney over 22 fantasy points, and I've got the Boston starters hitting over 1.5 threes in the first 6 minutes. So. Also, guys, I hope you've been enjoying all of our content that we've been putting out. This is literally our 4th day in a row dropping a video. Connor on Sunday dropped an NHL video recapping how the conference finals of hockey have been going. On Monday, Zach dropped a video talking about the top 3 prospects in the NBA draft and who he wants his Magic to draft at number 1 overall. And yesterday was our weekly podcast episode, just recapping how the NBA Finals have been going. And then, of course, today's video with this. So we've been dropping a lot of different topics, a lot of different ideas. And hope you guys have been enjoying all that. And we'd be grateful if you'd subscribe as well. We're actually getting pretty close to 300. I've got it pulled up here. But yeah, so at the time of my recording, we're at 286. So we're only 14 away from 300. So, we've been working and just grinding and doing our best we can to get content out for y'all. So, like I said, hope you're enjoying that, and leave some comments, share the videos, hit the thumbs up for the algorithm and all that stuff. So I'll end that here. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Hope you win some money. And with that being said, peace.